Yo, what's going on guys, it's Cynical and welcome back to another video. Today for you guys, I wanted to talk about playing the Kingdom Hearts games portably. This has been a dream, hope, and desire of ours for quite some time. I guess ever since the introduction of the Nintendo Switch all of those years ago, we've been clamoring and hoping that maybe at some point Square Enix will end up porting the majority of Kingdom Hearts games, if not all of the Kingdom Hearts games, over onto Switch. Now, of course, last year, Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory released, and it was fantastic to see that it released on the Nintendo Switch. This kind of gave us some hope that perhaps maybe Square Enix at some point do have some future plans to eventually bring the Kingdom Hearts games over to the system. The unfortunate thing is there were some interviews that released around the time of release for Melody of Memory, and Nomura did mention that currently, as of right now, Square Enix don't have any plans to bring any other Kingdom Hearts games over to the system. That kind of killed any hopes of potentially seeing the HD remixes, as well as maybe even an optimized version of Kingdom Hearts 3 running on this bad boy. Well, it's great to see that Kingdom Hearts is now on Xbox and, of course, obviously PC. What makes it extremely unique to receiving Kingdom Hearts on Nintendo Switch means that we're obviously able to take the game around anywhere we want, right? So last week, Steam unveiled a brand new system that they are going to be releasing, a new gaming handheld known as the Steam Deck. This is essentially a portable PC in the form factor of something like the Nintendo Switch. And I gotta say too, absolutely perfect timing there, Steam, with announcing this bad boy shortly after the reveal of the Nintendo Switch OLED model. The OLED model is due to release in October of this year, and of course for such a long time people have been crossing the fingers that hopefully Nintendo are going to be doing a new revision of the Nintendo Switch, namely the Nintendo Switch Pro. There's been a lot of supposed leaks and rumors and talk of insiders finding out some information that yes, there is a new Switch model in the makes, and that it should be a Pro, and that it's got a new processor, new graphics card. It's going to be able to support 4K gaming. More beefier and demanding games will be able to be played on the system. Yeah, Nintendo absolutely squatted out any of those hopes. The OLED model doesn't come with any performance enhancements. It's just simply a screen change. You're getting an OLED screen, which I do have to say, in itself is kind of exciting. I don't think it really warrants people getting rid of their current models and going out and picking up an OLED model. But if you guys have gamed with an OLED screen before, like for instance using the original PlayStation Vita, it did come with an OLED screen. Then Sony's second revision of the system, they swapped that out for an LCD screen. Very unfortunate. There's a pretty significant difference with gaming on an OLED screen. The colors pop that much more. It really does make a bit of a difference. So the Steam Deck is essentially going to enable you to play basically your entire Steam library in the palms of your hands. It's essentially a Steam portable system, but at the same time too, it is also a PC. You are able to purchase a dock for the system, hook it up to a monitor, and operate it just like you would with a PC. Now, of course, in regards to Kingdom Hearts, we do know it's now on PC, but the unfortunate thing is it's not part of Steam, it's part of the Epic Games Store. Because of the fact that the Steam Deck operates just like a PC would, it means that you're not absolutely tied to Steam itself. Meaning that yes, in fact, you can play Epic Games Store games on this system. This means that you will in fact be able to play the entirety of Kingdom Hearts in the comfort of your palms. This is the exact thing that we've been wanting for the Nintendo Switch. And while it doesn't really feel like a true official means of getting a portable Kingdom Hearts experience, I think honestly, it's the closest we'll probably come, unless of course at some stage Square Enix do end up porting the games over to the Nintendo Switch. Now, of course, there are a numerous amount of portable PC gaming systems out there. However though, in the sense of getting one that is released by an official reputable company like Valve, this in a strange sense hits a little bit different. But again, there are just a numerous amount of portable PC gaming systems. The unfortunate thing though is like a lot of them just don't work the way they're sort of initially intended to. A lot of care and thought doesn't really go into developing these systems. 8 times out of 10, they're generally made by just some kind of Chinese company that is wanting to cash in and again just not put in any thought or care into developing developing this type of thing. So it's fantastic to see that Valve are doing this. Now, of course, though, we should know that over the past decade, Valve have attempted to make their own gaming systems quite a few times, known as the Steam machines. These have been an absolutely monumental disaster. So for me personally, I am going to wait and hold back on actually going out and purchasing a Steam Deck. Well, also too, at the same time, I kind of can't in my country. In regards to Australia and New Zealand, we are unable to reserve the Steam Deck, so it kind of works out for me anyway. I want to see the reception of this system for when it does release, starting December of this year and throughout next year. This has definitely caught my eye though, being able to play the majority of my Steam library in the comfort of my hands, and especially play Kingdom Hearts on the system. My God. Now, also too, the Steam Deck is a Linux-based system, and in case you guys don't know, Kingdom Hearts on PC requires Windows. There have been reports that basically Kingdom Hearts on Linux systems is pretty much unplayable. It is not supported. So I thought I would read out this information that basically does give us hope that yes, in fact, Kingdom Hearts will be able to work on this system, even though it is Linux-based. This information is coming from The Verge. They said right here, many of the officially recognized 8000 Steam OS titles work thanks to a Proton compatibility layer that lets Windows games run on Linux. This was one of the biggest issues with the Steam machines releasing, mainly because they were also Linux-based as well. The issue though is there are only so many games that are compatible with Linux. Kind of defeats the purpose of making some kind of Steam console of sorts, considering Steam has just an insane library, but you're not able to actually utilize any of that library due to the fact that the system itself is Linux, not Windows. But due to this Proton compatibility layer, again, as they're saying here, it's going to enable you to be able to play a lot of these games that aren't Linux compatible on the system. They go on to say here, perhaps just as importantly, the Steam Deck isn't chained to Linux. Valve says you can install Windows if you like, as well as other publishers' stores. So that right there off the bat confirms that yes, we are able to use other publisher storefronts like Epic Games Store for Kingdom Hearts, and if the Proton compatibility layer doesn't enable you to be able to play Kingdom Hearts on this system, you can just go ahead and install the Windows operating system onto it in order to be able to play the Kingdom Hearts games on your Steam Deck. So this right here is going to be the closest we're able to come to being able to play Kingdom Hearts portably, and that just idea or thought in itself gets me very moist. In regards to how well you'll be able to play these games, the specs of the Steam Deck are fairly pretty good. I'll put the specs up on screen as of right now, and for the most part, all of which tick the boxes for specifically being able to play something like Kingdom Hearts 3. In regards to, obviously, the older other Kingdom Hearts games like 1, 2, Birth by Sleep, Chain of Memories and all that, you shouldn't really have any issues with playing those. But specifically with Kingdom Hearts 3, obviously, you're not going to get the absolute best performance possible, but again, it's just the idea of being able to play these games in some kind of form factor on a portable system is so damn cool. Of course, you're not going to be playing it with the crazy ultra graphics, insane frame rate, and crazy resolution. I mean, in regards to resolution, you're only playing at 800p, but in the sense of like portable gaming, when you're going around the place using these bad boys, resolution doesn't really matter so much. 800p, it's fine for a portable system. And when I do say like you can play literally every single Kingdom Hearts game, it's not just talking about the ones that are available on PC, but I'm also referring to that of even like Kingdom Hearts Days, Kingdom Hearts Recoded. Not the movies, but like the literal games that came out on DS. Because this is a PC-based system, it means that, yeah, you will be able to install emulators. So, yeah, you can go ahead and install something like Melon DS, the Nintendo DS emulator, and play these games. There are so many pros to this, and in a funny way, it kind of seems almost too good to be true. This is what I generally think of a lot of these portable PC gaming systems, and more so than not, there's always like, okay, here's the pros, but then there's also like a lot of cons as well. I'm sure that Steam Deck will come with its own cons, but because this is being helmed by Valve, although yes, okay, they don't have the greatest track record when it comes to creating their own hardware, this does seem pretty promising. However guys, that's all for today. I thought I would talk about this. Again, the idea of KH Portably is awesome, and this also gave me an excuse to talk about the Steam Deck and give my thoughts and opinions towards it. Please let me know what you guys guys think about Kingdom Hearts finally being portable starting at the end of this year and through on to next year? I think it's pretty damn cool. Let's just cross our fingers that this is going to be a successful and promising product. I'd also like to know what you guys think about the Steam Deck as well in the comment section down below. However guys, I'm Cynical, hopefully having a fantastic day, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.